Hey guys, this is Cholera with Peanut once again, and this is game 3 of Group B of the OSL Round of 16. In this game, we have GGPlay, the orange Zerg here at 3 o'clock, versus Light, sort of a new player on NBC Hero, a Terran player, who really, he's actually not new. He's been around for a while, but never really got that far. GGPlay is actually a previous OSL winner, although he hasn't been playing amazingly afterwards. Light here at the 6 o'clock position. And this map is Medusa, a new map, 3-player map for the OSL. I think it's going to be a little bit Zerg favorite, actually. It's a huge middle area, which is going to make it very, very easy for the Zerg to set up surround attacks on those medic marine groups as they move out. But the middle area is also unbuildable, which is going to hurt the Terran a little bit. However, there are those very long ridges behind each of the bases, and if a Terran can get a tank drop on top of that, they'll be able to shell the main hatchery right here. That could be devastating, although there is a ramp leading up there. So we'll have to see. GGPlay is known for playing rather standard Zerg, and we'll see if he decides to go for a standard play here or try something risky.
Yeah, this map is very interesting. I mean, I would say that for Terrans, they would try to stay out of the large middle area and maybe try to keep or try to go for the contain very early on, because those spawning points surrounded by the ridges do seem very containable. And like you said, you know, the ridges would be great for tank drops.
Yeah, and now we're seeing, it seems that that Light is going to block off his front base there with the supply depot and the barracks. Actually, no, it looks like he's actually going to build the barracks a little bit south of there. Interesting move there. And it seems that GGPlay is going to be going for that standard 12 hatchery here, getting his expansion. In the first game against, he played against, who was it? It was Best, yeah, on Chipeng Rio. GGPlay just, I think his play was very, very lackluster. He really didn't adapt to the map. He went for it kind of like what Jai did last game, except it sucked. So this time hopefully it'll be different.
Yeah, hopefully it won't suck for him. But you know, you never know with these things.
Yeah, looks like actually an early extractor there from GGPlay, so he's going to be going for a 2 hatchery tech build with this spawning pool, and importantly, Light has also gone for a faster build here. He's gone for 2 racks to open with. He's not going for that standard 1 racks into command center that's so popular among Terran, and now we're going to see an interesting tech versus rush here. This should be a fairly exciting match from the start here.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it, and especially on such a new and unproven map. Yeah, maybe the players are definitely, since they're both relatively new, both feeling each other out, sort of seeing what the other's weaknesses are, as well as sort of exploring what this new map has to offer.
Yeah, GGPlay is actually not new. He's actually been around for quite a while. He won an OSL back in 2006, I think, but he certainly does not play like a champion, unfortunately. And now we're seeing the SCV inside of the base, and this SCV is going to be able to spot whatever tech there is, but it looks like GGPlay is actually smartly building his lair at his natural expansion. Now that might be able to stop Light from scouting it. Who knows if he can pick off that SCV or not. Looks like Light will probably be able to scout it anyway, but that is going to leave his lair a little bit more vulnerable than it would be otherwise.
Yeah, I know you can't hear this GGPlay, but I'm sorry, man, for calling you a noob. But yeah, those having Light is definitely trying to exploit what he can of this map early on in the game by having those Marines. They were sort of walking up and down the ridges earlier. Maybe the height will sort of give him a scouting advantage. I don't know, but yeah, it looks like some exciting scouting action, at least early on.
Yeah, and since GGPlay went for the lair first, probably with his first 100 gas. Oh, it's the Cholera build! Oh my god, it's the Cholera build. Sorry. Peanut, you're probably not aware of this, but I have several builds named after me, and this is one of them. The 2 hatchery, 2 hatchery Zerg against Terran builds. The 2 hatchery into lurkers is the one thing I do against Terrans who are much better than me, because it can surprise them, and it looks like we're going to be seeing that from GGPlay. So some fast lurkers here, and I don't think Light knows they're coming, because he didn't get that scout into the natural.
Oh man, I know. I didn't know that there were several builds named after you. But I'm
just 2 so far. One
just
one
2.
in the works.
All right.
One in the works. But anyway, keep going.
No problem. But I'm sure if GGPlay knew, then he would be honored to be using the Cholera build.
Oh no, he's known. He just copies it. Everyone just copies it. Luxury copied it a few days ago. You know, he watches my videos. All of them do, of course. So anyway,
of course,
we're seeing
I'm yeah.
Creep colonies up in front. GGPlay is going to anticipate this early pressure here from the Marines. They're stimming just to get that extra, you know, boost of speed, running like Michael Johnson, like Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt trying to run towards those sunken colonies, but it looks like no. GGPlay is going to harass the Marines long enough to prevent them from getting there in time.
So how does this Cholera build usually work out? I mean, do you end up surprising a lot of the good Terran players that you use it against, or does it, you know, sometimes fail a little bit?
Only Psionic, because he's a noob. No. Usually, if they haven't seen my videos, it actually can be surprising. Usually, of course, the standard Zerg player is going to be going for the Mulus, but looks like GGPlay is going to be facing an attack here. Light's committing here, although I don't think it's smart for Light to commit. He's going to lose these forces here. There's and the Lurkers have come out, so that's going to seal the deal for this attack. Light has lost his first Medic Marine group, and now he's in huge trouble. He doesn't have that natural expansion, and this is what I mean. If the Terran player doesn't know Lurkers are coming, they could overcommit to Medic Marines, not put enough defenses and not put enough detection or defenses in front of their base and be caught off, where generally what they'll do is put turrets behind their base in anticipation of those early mutas, and if you go for the early lurkers, it could be very devastating.
Yeah, I can see that. I definitely think it was a mistake for Light to commit too much to that attack, because, you know, those what is he really going to do against those 3 sunken colonies? And then the lurkers were just sort of icing on the cake there. There's a little bit of back and forth going on. The lurkers move up a little bit. The Medic and Marines move back a little bit. We're doing a little tango here. Back and forth again. It's this kind of stuff that's fun to watch for me. Just the really interesting micro.
Yeah, and if there's stop lurker somewhere, I'll have to take back my words about GGPlay. But we haven't seen any of them yet. And anyway, sorry, GGPlay is also expanding there, I think for the second time at the 2 o'clock location there. So he's definitely taking an advantage. Light just now is getting his natural expansion. I actually don't think he has that up. So I'd say this is GGPlay's game to lose now.
Yeah, it does seem that Light has sort of betrayed a little bit of his inexperience or something rather early on, especially with committing that Medic and Marine force. So we'll see what happens. I'm also sort of leaning towards probably this being GGPlay's game to lose. But again, we're just not going to know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe there will be a tank drop at some point in the game, and then things could change.
Yeah, maybe. We are seeing, oh, just as you say that, very nice there, Peanut. We are seeing the factory with the machine shop, so that means tanks. Although I think he's going to actually need them for defense, because lurkers are just so devastating against small numbers of Medic Marines, so he's going to need that tank to back up his defenses. Meanwhile, the expansion is up at the 2 o'clock location. Now, interesting enough, Light has been forced to basically delay putting down his expansion. He still doesn't have an expansion, and at this point, 3 bases against 1. Light's in big trouble. And I think actually, despite what you're saying about Light, well, basically, I think Light was forced into going to that attack. Otherwise, there was no way of justifying his 2 Parax rush. Basically, he was going to be very, very far behind no matter what. He was trying to end the game at that time. We're going to have to see how he does against these 4 lurkers, though. I don't think he's going to do well.
No, I don't think he's going to do that well either. I mean, even yeah, I mean he's trying to attack now, and he caught one of the lurkers off guard, and he does have those medics there, sort of you know, sort of healing the Marines and making sure they get their chicken noodle soup. But yeah, I think GGPlay's a little too smart to get too many let the Medic and Marines catch too many of those lurkers off guard, and there's more lurkers there too.
Yeah, absolutely. More lurkers coming in, although I think they're having a little trouble with their AI, actually. This might be very bad for GGPlay if he doesn't move that Hydralisk, because it's actually blocking the lurkers from leaving the base. Anyway, though, he does have a Spire and Mulus, presumably pretty soon, once he deals with this small attack group. Actually, he's gotten Scourge, actually. That's very smart. Maybe he sensed that GGPlay was going to be going for those fast one-base science vessels, and that's what he is doing. Now, GGPlay basically has to hold off for maybe 5 more minutes, and then it's going to be GG for Light. He's going to play some GG on him, I guess, or whatever his name's supposed to be.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a veritable army of lurkers there. So I mean, even with the tanks, especially since I don't see. Well, I don't know. Was there a Comsat station there? I mean, will he be able to defend against these lurkers? Okay, well, even though the lurkers are bunched up, I don't know. I still think the lurkers have a bit of an advantage here.
Yeah, when you have that many lurkers, all you need are a couple of lings, and here come the lings. And the siege mode just finished at exactly the same time. Now, GGPlay retreating a little bit. He just needs a couple more Zerglings, and the Zerglings will run in, take the hits, and then the lurkers will be able to move in without getting too much damage on them, and then own those tanks. We also could be seeing some Mutalisk, although I think right now he's going to save him for Scourge, save the Spire units for Scourge, and save the gas, and now he has spotted the first Science Vessel. No, actually he hasn't. Scourge have very short vision range, but certainly he was keeping them there above his Light's ramp there, around the ledge rather, around his base, to try to intercept a Science Vessel.
Yeah, I mean, it's good that the Science Vessel's coming out against those lurkers, but Light is trying to sort of set up a successful contain. I just don't know if it's if maybe he should have done that early. I mean, he obviously should have done that earlier, but I don't know if it's too late now. Oh, and we're having a really big firefight of carnage right here.
Oh yeah, lurkers pushing in, actually catching about half the army dead, and I think the rest of the lurkers are going to be able to push in. He's leapfrogging those lurkers, very smart there. That prevents the medic marines from rushing in when half of the lurkers aren't burrowed and trying to move. The other half are still there to defend them, and it looks like the force manages to survive, but GGPlay has taken the field, and I think he's definitely inflicted critical damage there. Like I said, GGPlay has a massive economic advantage, Light on one base still, so all GGPlay has to do is hold out, kill some of these forces, and the game is his. And really, Light's one base gambit here not paying off very well. Sort of a lackluster game from Light, to be honest. And you know, that medic marine push just came a little bit too late, a little bit delayed by GGPlay's excellent Ling micro too in the middle.
Yeah, definitely. I really think you know, if Light had a few more tanks, then maybe he'd be able to do something with oh, interesting there, defensive matrix on the marine, hero marine. But sadly he also went down.
Sometimes you want to do that to the lead marine, so he manages to the aim for him, but I think that's what he was trying to do. I don't know what he was trying there. Usually you do that when you're attacking lurkers, so you run that marine past the lurkers. That marine takes all the lurkers direct all their attacks towards him instead of the main group, and hence they don't get the splash damage. Anyway though, GGPlay moving in with the half the lurkers. I like what he's doing. He's basically one control group has half the lurkers, the other one has the other half, and those lings are just basically disposable. Just basically they're just shields for the lurkers to move in.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he can do that much damage with 3 tanks against all those lings and lurkers. The Comsat station, the scan definitely helped, but yeah, those lings are just going in and picking off those tanks, and the tanks are just it just takes them so long to get in and out of siege mode that they're just easy prey.
Yeah, I mean, I think pretty much this game is just academic from this point. GGPlay needs to get defilers, and that's pretty much the last straw there, because Light is just not worked on his economy at all. He's gonna be mined out, in fact, from his one base. That's like playing like me. That's what happens to me. I just forget to expand sometimes, and that's what happens. Peanut, I think you told me once, but do you actually play Zerg?
Yes, I actually do play Zerg.
Very nice. Wow. Seems like the creative ones are, at least in the foreigners too, are also the Zerg players. I am a Zerg player myself, of course, and I'm a little bit biased. But anyway, now we are seeing, you know, just the last few tanks just dribbling in, and they're going to get taken out. How good is your Zerg play against Terran? Because this is my toughest matchup, I think.
Well, I mean, the problem is that I don't play that often, so, you know, while I know the tech tree and stuff very well, I'm not at quite the stage yet where I can really say, like, oh, these are my weaknesses, and, you know, this is what I do against Protoss, this is what I do against Terran, this is what I do against another Zerg. But I do love the Zerg, and I mean, I actually got started with the Zerg because people told me, well, you're Korean, you should play Zerg, and then I tried it and I liked it.
And explain that for the viewers, please, why Koreans have to play Zerg. The Wraith goes down, by the way. I don't know what the Wraith was for, but anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, the Wraith was sort of useless. Maybe it was just for anti-air, but yeah, those Zerglings are really taking out those structures now, the barracks and now the starport. But yeah, basically everyone was like, oh, you're Korean, you play StarCraft, Kiki Zerg Rush, you have to play Zerg, it's in your blood. So then I started playing Zerg.
I love that, Kiki Zerg Rush.
And I never looked back.
And you never looked back, that's right. And now you are the queen. Do you have any spells? do you cast Parasite or anything else like Spawn Broodling?
Actually, I do sometimes like to pretend I'm Sarah Kerrigan, especially like, either
Oh, that's right.
as her original form or more often Kerrigan Queen of Blades. Although I like to think I have more of a sense of humor than Kerrigan Queen of Blades. But still, it'd be pretty awesome to have Psystorm and still be like Zerg and have all
Exactly,
that
the
armor and those
Psystorm.
crazy claws. Yeah. Oh, GG.
Yep. GG coming from Light as he makes the kamikaze attack into the Sunkens. GGPlay playing a very solid game. I have to say Light, after dispatching of Rock in the first game, looked quite weak in this game though, and once again we're seeing a group that's pretty much all tied up, so this could go to the tiebreakers. For those of you who aren't aware, by the way, the OSL, for every group in the OSL Round 16, there's 4 guaranteed games, and if that cannot determine the 2 players who leave each group, there are a number of tiebreakers, and it looks like Group B could also be leading towards tiebreakers. Group A, of course, July is 1-on-1, and Best is no, I'm sorry, Bisu is 1-on-1, 1-and-1 also, and we'll see Flash is 1-and-0, and Much is 0-and-1. Anyway, though, in this group, we're seeing both players are 1-on-1, so could be some more tied games. Overall, a decent game on a new map. I think Light really didn't adapt too well. I think GGPlay just played a standard Zerg and managed to pull through.
Yeah, I say good for GGPlay. He looks very gracious out there, bowing and signing his autographs, and yeah, it's been a good game. It's been a pretty exciting game, and I look forward to seeing more interesting games on this map.